Hey, welcome back to the RJ Chapman Show. We've got some big news today. You are watching us on 4K. Yes, we have elevated our game. and really what this is, it's kind of a little bit of a trial run and maybe talk about where we're going to go, where we're headed, and discuss our last 5 months together. I got to tell you, I'm so happy with the channel. I just think it just looks so professional. And I met some really great people along the way. Will, he's a really great friend of mine now, and you guys saw the interviews with him. And how about Jordan, a NASCAR savant? And Jordan is still getting lots of hits. And a lot of you guys like the mystery ones, or the ones that hold war stories, but it seems, from what we've gathered, you guys really kind of like history. So I'm kind of a history guy myself. And we're going to delve into some recent history a little bit today, and because it's been a little while since we've kind of gone out there. But tell you the truth, it's a real trial lesson with these beautiful cameras and our sound system. I have to tell you, and we've been here before, but spending that time that I did in the Middle East and being in that spot, in that Fifth Fleet Master Chief position, in the period of time in our nation's history where we're going to go to war, and we're going to go into a pretty big war. As a matter of fact, March 20th, 2003, 307 Tomahawk cruise missiles are headed toward Baghdad. Operation Iraqi Freedom had begun. And I'm sitting in my office in Bahrain with my admiral, chief of staff, about 20 other super smart people who eventually all made admiral, and we're getting on with it. We're going ahead flank. And let me tell you something. You know, for 27, 28 years, we drilled and we practiced and we had training and we actually did the whole thing and launched missiles and launched Tomahawks and all this kind of stuff, but it was never for real in my career. And I woke up that morning and it was for real. It was on. And I'm telling you, if somebody would just taken Saddam Hussein and flew him over the Persian Gulf, and he would have saw all the stuff that we got there, ready to go, ready to light the candle, anyone in their right mind would have said, you know what, I give. Whatever I'm not doing right, I'm going to stop doing it right now, because there's no way I'm going to win this thing. You know, that's one thing about us. You're not going to win. This is the United States of America. We're the strongest country in the world. And we're doing it for our people. We're out there going to take care of the bad guys, make sure everybody's life gets a little bit better. So with that 900 days in that office, here were my marching orders. You're going to love my marching orders. I met my admiral for the first time, and I had a 15-minute time frame to talk to him. And so at 9:45, I'm supposed to talk to the admiral. This is the first time I'm going to meet this guy, except for saying, yes, I'll take the job. And the door is closed at 9:45. And then at 9:50, the door to his office is still closed. He's in there with somebody doing something. At 9:55, we've got the, king of Bahrain in the waiting room getting ready to see the admiral, because he's supposed to be in there at 10. And I'll be darned if the admiral's door didn't open. He goes, Fleet, get in here. I'm like, Admiral, there's only 5 minutes left. You got the king of Bahrain out here. He goes, I don't care, come on in here. So I go in there, and I think he knows that I'm going to ask him, what do you want me to do? And he didn't want me to embarrass myself. He does not want me to ask him this question, because at this particular level, you should probably know what you're supposed to do. But I don't know what to do. I've never been at this level before. I've worked for a bunch of captains. I've been the command master chief 6 or 7 times. But this is a whole different animal. This is the 3-star admiral. There's 23 of those in the Navy. And guess what? It was like 6 months later, he says, hey, Fleet, I got to talk to you. I said, yeah, what you got, Admiral? He goes, I just got a new job. I said, yeah? What are you going to be? He goes, I'm going to be the Pacific Fleet Commander. And then he goes like this. Might be a trip to the uniform store. which means he's getting his 4th star, baby. But anyway, he calls me at 9:55. He closes the door and he says, RJ, sit down. RJ? I've never been called RJ in my entire naval career. And I'll tell you something. He always called me RJ when it was just me and him. Now, I never called him Tim. I never called him Tim. But anyway, he knows I'm going to ask the question. He doesn't want me to embarrass myself. So he says, listen, here's what I want you to do. I want you to do whatever you want to do. I want you to never, ever take no for an answer. And I'd really be happy if you got on with it because we're fixing to do it. I'm like, yes, sir. And I walked away. And right then and there, I knew my job. I knew what I was supposed to do. I became the 5th Fleet cheerleader. I'm not lying. I would fly out to those ships. I'd talk to the entire crew. I'd tell them how proud we were of them and what a great job they were doing. And I would promise to get them back home. And it was a very, very honorable position. I usually would go down to the post office there in Bahrain, and they had these big bins that say Gettysburg, and then it'd say Vicksburg, and then it'd say, Milius, and they were big bins of letters that were backlogged to get to the fleet because there were so many letters coming from people from home to talk to their son or daughter. And I would grab a bunch of letters for each ship that I was going to. And once I got out there, I would go to the bridge and I go, Seaman Smith, Lieutenant Jones, Commander blah, 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 please come to the bridge. And these people would come up to the bridge and I'd give them their letters from home. It was the greatest. It was the greatest. It was an awesome, awesome position to be in and a lot of fun and a real honor. And I took it very seriously. And a lot of the shows we're going to talk about here on the RJ Chapman Show, a lot of the coins, a lot of the stories are going to be from this period of time in our nation's history. We're going to be working on that. As I said earlier, we notice you guys like history, so we're probably going to do a little bit more stuff on that. We're going to do this thing called YouTube Live. We're going to give that a shot and see how that goes. But right now, we're just kind of feeling our way. Our little YouTube channel right now, if I hold up a little frame and paint it all black and turn off the lights in here and put a little pinhole in the bottom of that frame and a little light behind that thing, that's our show. That's our little tiny show. But we're up to like 45 shows right now. We've got a lot of reels that are connected to the channels. And overall, we're doing very well. We have a little less than 5,000 subscribers. And we're just going to keep plugging along because this is a commitment. This is a commitment to you. It's a commitment to you to have the right equipment, the good sound system, some outstanding guests, and just make the channel something you want to turn into and have a little bit of fun. Because I got to tell you something, I'm having a great time with it. Thank you.